Well, here we go. We're getting ready to go for a ride. We're going to go down Kane Creek today. There is a spot down there that just before Hamburger Hill, you can actually take a singles track up through the canyon. We're going to do a little hiking there and just have a good day. A little windy today, but it's all right. Thomas is buckled in almost. Ready to go, huh, kiddo?
No.
Yeah, I'll get in right there. Your Mima's coming. I know it doesn't look like much, but that is over a 4-foot deep little trench there on your left. So the trick is keep them driver's tires, as high as we can up on the left side here. Just straddle it the best we can. So really didn't get out and pre-spot this at all. Didn't figure I needed to. Just kind of a tricky little spot. And it'd really mess up your doors too if you fell on your side right here, that's for sure.
Bubba's. Yeah. John.
Now here's a great group of guys we just ran into, ranging anywhere from, I believe, their late 30s all the way to their 70s, and just kicking butt all over the trail. It was pretty cool. Now the trick is here, getting your front end to go off as evenly as you possibly can. Because as you can see, it's about a 45-degree angle here, which means my passenger side is definitely going to drop off a lot earlier than my driver's side. And it is over a 4-foot drop off, so makes it just a little bit tricky. So I should have got out and pre-spot a little bit, but I know in my head how I need to go off here. Been up and down here a couple of times. So have never really took this line that much, but coming down, I've always went up. So just trying to get myself positioned. Michelle's doing a great job out the passenger window, spotting my front passenger tire there. So now we'll get it off here. It just takes just a little bit of maneuvering to do.
Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run out loud, better run on. Run all day till you can't be found. Run out loud, gotta run on.
As you can see, I'm getting it to creep off just the way I want. So my problem is I'm afraid that I'm going to be too far to the passenger side, and it doesn't look like much of a rock there straight out in front of me there in front of my passenger tire. But that rock itself is just about 35 inches tall. When I butt my 35-inch tire up to it, it's a heck of a climb to get it back on top of that rock. And then depth perception aside, in between the rock here on your right and on the left, that center right there, it's really deep. So I really don't want to climb my passenger tire up over this rock and drop my driver's side in. The way the back is coming off, it could flip and roll me and throw me onto my passenger or my driver's side door, I mean. Now that I got my passenger tire up on that rock, I'm literally dangling my driver's side tire right now off the ground. It's in that hole there. So literally what I'm trying to do now is figure out what I want to do here, because my back end is still up on that ledge. So I figured out what I could do is just go ahead and put it in two-wheel drive and see if I can't put it in reverse. Without it being in four-wheel drive, it might not climb up, but what I could do is get the back end to slide off and to the right side, which is exactly what's going on right now. Got the back end to finally fall off a little ways. Really doesn't show it in the GoPro, but yeah, I dropped it off the ledge, and I'm going to get her straightened up, and I'm going to be able to get now that driver's side tire to go drive up on some rocks here on the left, and on down the trail we go. And if you're not familiar with this trail, this is what they call Hamburger Hill. It's extremely fun going down the trail, and it's extremely fun going up the trail. It's not for the faint of heart. I don't think it's too bad of a trail personally myself, but this is not our first rodeo around on the rock. So, but at the same sense, you have to respect it the same. You don't respect it, something's going to happen, and you could end up down where you don't want to be. Here we go. Take a little hike up Kane Creek here. This is where the dirt bikes usually go. What you doing, kiddo? throwing rocks? Should we figure out how to get across the creek? Come on. What you doing, kiddo? Used to have something right here, concrete. What do you think, kiddo? Is that cool or what?
Well, Papa and Thomas are walking up there to check out the truck that came down the hill.
Hiking up to this old truck. I've seen it for years down here, but we've never hiked down here to it before. There's Mima down there. See her? Okay. Not much left of it, huh, kiddo? There's Mima, clear down there. Just relaxing? Huh? I've always passed by this area before in the past and always been curious about this wreck down here, so it's kind of a lot of fun to hike up here and kind of check it out. All right, let's walk down off here. Just be careful. You're doing good. Here, let's go down this rock right here. Good job. Good job. Good job. Uh-oh, we're going over? We jumping? Woohoo! Okay, let's just walk carefully now. A little farther. Good job, kiddo. Now this is part of Hamburger Hill here. I've actually flown my drone back down quite a ways, and I'll be dang if we just didn't catch on video a machine rolling over in the exact same spot we just went down and had our fun at. So later on we was able to talk to them and really spooked them pretty bad, but could have been a lot worse. They could have went right off the edge and all the way to the bottom, and that wouldn't have been good either. So like I said before, you have to be extremely careful. Now I just had to have a little bit of fun with the drone. From the first time I seen this little ravine right here when we walked down here, I'm like, I wonder if I can fly down in there. And I'm telling you, it was tricky. There was just enough wind that was pushing that drone around, so it wasn't just like you could just go ahead and keep inching it down. It was inch it down, the wind would blow it to one side or the other, so I was constantly trying to watch the monitor and stay centered here. So, but yeah, it was fun. Thomas, we're heading back to the machine. Go! Go! Yep, that's where we're going. Come on. Let's go.
No!
We're getting a little tired. Thomas, what you doing? What you doing? Here we go. Come on. While Thomas is playing there on the trail, throwing rocks, I'm going to run down here where our creek crossing's at. And I want to walk down just a little bit farther and kind of see into this little slot canyon. It looks beautiful.
We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but us. Over the rainbow. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night. Hundreds of miles away, the water is warm. Let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. Grab sunglasses and the atlas, we can prove we're smarter than a phone. Let's go where there's no reception, see if we can make it on our own. Breathe deep in your If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. The water's warm, let's be reborn. The water's warm, let's be reborn. We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but us. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm. Let's dip our toes right in and
I mean, what's she gonna do? You're not gonna back up. Let's go. Let's see how deep she really is.
let's chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water's warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us.
This is why you should always be paying attention on these trails and not going so fast that you can't see around the next corner, because bound and determined you're always going to run into somebody somewhere. You know, you don't want to be that person, you know, possibly hurting somebody else because you were hauling butt and you couldn't see where you were going. And it was a good place for us to turn around. It was getting late in the afternoon. We needed to turn around and head on back. Here we are on Kane Creek. We stopped for lunch. We stopped for lunch. More like a late lunch. Nice little spot here in the shade. Thomas wanting another chip. Want another chip? Thomas has got his little 4x shirt on. Huh, kiddo?
Yep. Oh.
Alrighty, well, I guess we'll see you on down the trail. We caught up with these elderly gentlemen, the ones that we came into that blind corner at. Really nice older people. So yeah, no big hurry. So we just kind of tucked in behind them and followed them all the way back up to Hamburger Hill.
selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
We were like, wait a minute here. These are the two old guys that were in the talons in front of us. Coming to find out, they did not want to go up Hamburger Hill, so they turned around right there. And no, this isn't the group of motorcycle riders we ran across earlier this morning. This is a different group, but I felt bad. I didn't think I was pushing too hard to make him hurry up and fall, but Got Michelle walking out in front of me here. She's going to film me coming up through some of these obstacles. I gotta say, I just love this Hamburger Hill. Just a lot of fun. Every time you come up and down this trail, it always changes. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. I'm telling you, you wouldn't want to make a wrong turn here and go just a little too far to the left. It's a long ways to the bottom. I'm sure the gentleman earlier today, he was probably thinking that very same thing when he came off this little step, which it's not so small. Now, yeah, I could be hitting this a little bit harder. I could have Michelle up here spotting me. She's a pretty good spotter. But I just wanted to play around on it and see what I could do. I wasn't for sure I could get up it, but, you know, the point was just to have a little bit of fun and see what we could do. And, you know, definitely doing that. I didn't have the front locked in hard. I've broke axles before spinning these 35s under a hard load. And it's a long walk out of here. Yeah, we have an axle back at the truck and could have went back and limped it back and been just fine, but I really didn't feel like tearing it up today. And we'll be back. One of these days we just might make it over the top. Get some good spotters with our group of friends, and you know, it's amazing what a group of friends and a little bit of peer pressure will make you do with the foot feed.
What you doing, babe?
I'm gonna cheat and winch over.
I don't think it's cheating, it's just being safe, right?
That outside line is kind of not there anymore, and I don't want to run that close to the cliff anymore. So we'll just cheat and winch over it. No big deal. That's what we got a winch for.
Yeah, we're not quite sure that we'd make it on this outside line so close to that edge, especially with Thomas, so we're just gonna winch over this instead.
Well, Thomas would stay in the machine anyway. Up through here it wasn't too bad. So I really thought I could keep the front right tire high enough that it would pull a little bit even with the front diff locked in, but we're just too long. And then playing around on it like you're supposed to, having fun, I ended up getting a little too far to driver, so I can't back up without hitting that and dropping off. So we just decided we'd just winch over this obstacle. So this outside line's not what it used to be. So this rock right here is rolling. But this is the line we used to take. And I should have probably tried it at first, but I really wanted to try this center obstacle too, so, but we're just not gonna be able to make it. So we'll just go ahead and winch.
Oh, you can edit that out.
That ass is in. And that outside line would be a lot easier too if we weren't the size of a school bus. And there's a lot of pros and cons to having a long wheelbase versus a short wheelbase. This morning in that clip that you've seen, that was just a small little two-seater, you know, coming off here and flipped and rolled over. So, you know, the advantages of having a long wheelbase coming off something like this and off camber and at a bad angle, you know, we didn't have too much to worry about as long as we was just going slow. But this outside line would be a lot easier if we were a lot shorter too. So as soon as I cleared the front end around this boulder that you see down here on the far right, you know, we wouldn't have to worry about hanging up the rear when we instantly needed to go passenger hard. So you know, there's just not the perfect length of rig for everything that you do out there. At least I don't think there is. And here I'm just kind of playing around with the winch. I just kept pulling a little bit at a time just to see if I could get the tires to grab and go. But eventually I just had to pull the winch in hard enough and pull us up and over until I got all the tires up on top. But, you know, I was having fun. One of the small little pros of running by yourself is you can kind of just take your time and play around on stuff without feeling like you're holding anybody else up from going out and enjoying their day, and just kind of take it at your own pace and just have fun. So I don't always recommend running by yourself, and if you do get into an area like this, you know, please know what you're doing and take all the precautions you possibly can to make sure you get through it safely. This is what it looks like out the window. Beautiful. To show you a top view of what we were actually hiking up this morning. Look back toward Hamburger Hill back over there. We hiked up this nice trail here and across the bridge and hiked up to that I believe it might be old Jeep wagon. And of course we hiked up around the corner there and took some video from down there. It turned out really nice down there. That's pretty much where the dirt bikes run, down there instead of up here. But yeah, just a beautiful evening out on the trail. It's been a heck of a day. And we're almost back, just a couple miles. But anyway, we'll catch on up the trail. Thomas is about ready to get wet. Thomas trying out his rock climbing skills here, having fun. The wind was really blowing up through the canyon here this evening. So yeah, the video didn't come out too well. You know, just more rocks to find and throw. You know, I'm really not the best camera person in the world, but there's a lot of people that you'll run across on YouTube videos, whether they're in Sand Hollow or Moab. It's hard to put in retrospect of how rocky, steep, or just how hard it is to get up certain obstacles just by watching them on a video. So, until you're in the seat and you're tilted or off camber to one side or the other, it's a lot of fun, but video just does never do it justice. Even from this camera angle, it's hard to put in retrospect that, you know, you got a pretty good drop off on the driver's side. You know, you got to pick a line to get through these rock obstacles. And you know, that first time I came up through this obstacle, I got stuck and just about had to winch over it. You know, a little bit bigger tires, a little bit more experience. Has made it to where I can get up through a lot of obstacles with not too much trouble, but I'm by far not the best off-roader. We run with a group of people from Twin Falls, and they have a really cool YouTube channel. If you haven't heard me mention it before, it's called 208 Adventures. Got some really good, talented people in the group. So I'm not one of them, that's by far and sure, but we still have fun getting out just the same, though. Pretty much the only thing missing from perfect days like this is the camaraderie we have with a lot of our good friends, but that's not to say that we meet great people out on the trail. Just like today, we ran across some dirt bike riders early in the morning, and you know, ranging anywhere from their late 30s all the way over 70 years old, and just really, really fun people. It's great to meet people like that out on the trail. Makes the day better. So anyway, we'll catch you on down the trail. I've never been the one that hits everything with a lot of speed to get up and over obstacles. I always felt that it was always best just to, feel them out a little bit and evaluate how much more throttle you actually need to get over and through it. So that's all we're doing here, backing up, and figured I'd just give a little bump and up and over we go. Well, thanks for riding along with us today. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. And on your way out, don't forget to hit that like button. It always helps out our channel. And we'd always love to hear from you. So if you have something you want to say, leave them down in the comments. Love to hear from you. So until next time, we'll catch you on down the road or trail. Have a good one.